The SLK Halo line expands with new models, the Halo Power and Halo Control. There are 4 new offerings in total, with both coming in the shorter 16-inch Max and elongated 16.4-inch XL shapes. The Halo Power options have a 13mm thickness and a carbon fusion carbon fiber composite surface. The Halo Control paddles are 16mm thick and have an 18K Ultra Weave carbon fiber surface to aid with spin. All right, Jay, we have 4 paddles to talk about, so lots to cover today. Why don't you get us started?
Yeah, first I want to say that I thought all 4 paddles were really solid feeling. I was very impressed with how these paddles played. And then to narrow it down for me, the first thing I wanted to decide was the paddle shape. And there is the standard version and the longer version. And after hitting with both, I decided that I liked that standard version more. It just felt like it was more applicable to my game. I really liked it for up at the non-volley zone with those kind of quick fire reactionary type shots, and the standard version just felt like it was much quicker to me there. What'd you think?
I have to agree, it does feel quicker, the Max shape versus the XL, but I actually prefer the XL, which is actually, I play with an elongated paddle, so that felt more comfortable to me. And part of the reason is due to the length of the handle. I like the longer handle because I like to hit a two-handed backhand, and I found that when I was hitting a two-handed backhand with the Max, sometimes it was a little bit harder to get the quick roll. I wasn't quite getting that sharp angles that I could hit with the longer version. And also sometimes if I was playing with the Max, I would forget that it was a little bit of a shorter handle, so I was grabbing more paddle than handle, and I was throwing myself off a little bit there. Now when it comes to comparing the Control and Power versions in terms of surface, they are slightly different. I personally was finding that it's getting a little bit more spin with the Power surface, and I'm finding, probably for the name, a little bit more control, a little bit more feel off the surface of the Control paddles. What did you think?
Yeah, I agree. I felt like the Power surface was giving me a little bit more grit, so I was getting more spin on my backhand slice shots. And then feel-wise, I actually really enjoyed this 18K version more. It felt more plush to me, a bit more soft. It just felt like, yeah, there was more dwell time with that paddle, and I really enjoyed that one. But if I can kind of blend the both, I can get the feel of the 18K, but the spin of the raw carbon, that'd be ideal for me. But I will agree with the grip though. That was the kind of like the one downside for me with this standard version, was that grip just felt a little bit short for my two-handed backhand, so I ended up actually just slicing a lot more, which was fine. I do like hitting my slice, but that's definitely something that if you are a two-handed player, something to take into consideration.
Yeah, agreed. I also want to talk about the price of these paddles. I felt like at the price that they're coming in at under $130, it was a really good performance paddle. I didn't notice any quality issues throughout our play test. They're looking pretty sharp even after our few hours of hitting on them.
Yeah, very impressed with the quality of these. Really no issues for me at all. I really enjoyed playing with these paddles, and I would put it up there with paddles that are right around the $200 range. This is right up there for me.
Now I know you said that you enjoyed the Max shape, so what was your favorite paddle overall?
So of the 4, my favorite was the Control Max. It gave me that plush feel, and it has that standard length that I like for that very maneuverable, whippy feel up in the no volley zone. What about you?
For me, maybe if you've listened to a few of our reviews, you might not be too surprised. I actually went with the Control, the XL. I like 16mm paddles. I like the way they feel. I like that pocketing, the control, and the comfort of this one. But if I were to choose actually one of the 2 powers, I actually preferred the Max there. I thought that the Power XL was just a little too much for me in terms of power. And that wraps up our review of the SLK Power and SLK Control paddles. For more information on these paddles or anything else pickleball related, be sure to check us out at pickleballwarehouse.com, or if you're down under, go to totalpickleball.com.au.